off is rolling. No, not I'll talk for 30 minutes and the thing will not be rolling. Okay, calm. What is good is Casey, not your regular podcast host. If you're here on some negative energy, save that toxicity for your cat. If you're here to show some love, like and comment. Subscribe if you're new here, and let's enjoy this episode of the Casey Impact podcast. Guys, I'm so happy about this intro because like I was thinking like I need an intro to start this. Like I need an intro. And it was just like last time you see I was like I didn't even know how I was starting. I just wanted to start and put myself out there, finally put myself out there. It's just like, okay, now let me think about an intro. Like let me actually put an intro together. And this was just off the dome. Like I just started like putting something in the notes up and this came out. And I'm like, yeah, why not? I like it, so why not use it? And I feel like I'll keep it for some time before me like I think about something better or something nicer. But keep the braids. I mean cornrows, whatever you want to call it. But I'm so happy because I did my hair, and I don't know, like I don't like cornrows. You guys know. I mean, the people that know me know I hate cornrows. Like, not that I hate, I just don't like them because it brings out my, I don't know. But I finally decided to do cornrow. I mean, I did it last year. I feel like I'll be doing cornrow like once a year because cornrows are like, I don't know, my head was aching me the whole of yesterday. I did it yesterday, right, for school, and I'm literally dressed like this because I'm going to school today. That's why I'm looking all, because I really wanted to do this episode before I go to school. Because I'm now going to find a way to film and all that, and I'll be comfortable here, so I wanted to do one more before I get out this place. So with that being said, like we're about to get right into this episode. I'm so excited for this because I have so much to unpack. It's been like 2 weeks now since I posted the first one, and I'm just so happy to like get back on here and then do something for you guys. So let's get right into it basically. So the first thing that I'll be talking about is the Michael movie, right? And in the last video I said I was going to talk about the Michael movie, and yeah, so like that's what we're doing first. So okay, let me just rate the movie first, right? So I'm gonna give the movie like a solid 7.5 to 8. I don't know why. I feel like they missed a lot, but obviously I saw things like I saw information that there's a part 2 or something, so at least like I can calm down now. But after I watched the movie, like I watched it I think in the second week of May or so, because like I was in school when the movie came out. I came home on 26th, right? But the movie was released on 24th year, so I literally just like came home. Then I was like lazing around, and then I ended up watching this like in the second week of May. So yeah, I was so happy when the movie was coming out, to be very honest. I remember I saw that in like, what was it? When the Lion Gates posted a thing, I don't remember, but it was last year. I know it was last year, and I was so deep. Like I was like, oh my god, like there's finally gonna be a movie about my icon, my man for real. So I was just like anticipating. I don't know what it was like. I'm just like, I have to see this movie. Right? So then the movie finally comes out, and then I watch it. And when I finished, obviously I saw reviews on TikTok and all that. People were literally crying and stuff. So I was really anticipating because like I've watched some documentaries about him, and it really made me cry. Like if you guys know me, you know that I love Michael Jackson so much. Like I love Michael Jackson so much. And yeah, like I was just like, okay, like let me see how this movie actually goes. Because people were giving their reviews, people were crying and stuff, and it was just like, yeah, I have to watch this shit for real. So I finally watched this, and I was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna give it like a 7.5 just because, like 7.5 to 8, just because it's Michael Jackson, and then I loved the whole, put together thing. Like all the actors and the actresses actually did well. Jafar, his nephew also did so well playing Michael. I feel like he was the best actor, to be very honest. So yeah, like I'll give it a 7.5 because when I finished watching, I was just like, okay. But I get it, like it's a movie, like I don't know how to put it for you guys to get it, but the anticipation and expectation, right? It was not aligning. But yeah, it was still a good movie regardless. Like I was just like, oh yeah, like I actually enjoyed it, and it also made me emotional, to be very honest. Can we actually talk about his dad? His dad was like trying to dictate his life for him, and his dad knew that he was the most talented, and he wanted to keep him with his brothers and keep using him to like lift the whole family. And obviously in the beginning they had nothing, so it made sense that you want to like you've seen that your children, like you've seen that your sons have talent or they could sing whatever, right? And you want to use that as an opportunity to get out of the trenches. But now let the man do what he wants to do. Like it doesn't even make sense how he was forcing him all the time to put his family first, put his family first. But he also has a life for himself. He literally does have a life for himself as well. But aside that, the movie was good. Joe actually did a good job as well. Whoever acted Joe, I mean his dad, did a good job as well. So yeah, I feel like from the Michael Jackson movie, okay, from the Michael movie, I'll say that it always takes one person, right? It always takes that one person to realize, see your potential, believe in you, and then make your dreams come true. Because like Michael was singing with his brothers, and someone said, "Nah, Charlie, this boy, the way Michael is singing, you have to put him on a record label. You have to you always need that one person to see your potential and be like, I want to help this person. I want to help this person fulfill his dreams, make his dreams come true, whatever, right?" And it was just so inspiring because watching Michael Jackson, right, from the documentaries I've watched in the past, watching the movie, you can see that his career and his life just it gives a good representation of hard work fueled by passion. Like Michael Jackson had passion for what he was doing, and you could see it in his music videos, you could see it in his concerts, you could see it in everything that he was doing when it comes to music and putting himself out there. And he wanted to be the best of the best, and he made sure that worked because his rehearsals, the music, the instruments, everything was always on point. He made sure that there was no mistakes. He always made sure he practiced like numerous times. And yeah, Michael Jackson is just inspiring to watch, to be very honest. Like he's probably like the only celebrity that I can still watch and be like, bro, I need to be the best. Like I need to put myself out there and be the best I could be, basically. And that was what the movie was about, and I actually felt it. And yeah, I actually did love the movie. I'm just giving it a 7.5 to 8 because I was like, okay, I feel like a lot of people raised my expectations on TikTok because I've already watched like some crazy documentaries, like things that happened in his life and all that, and those things actually made me cry. I feel like just because I was actually seeing him going through stuff and all that in the documentaries, that really made me cry. But watching the movie, it was just like, okay, or maybe I just grew up because the last time I watched the Michael Jackson documentary, I was in JHS. Since I entered the CHS, I've been watching Michael Jackson documentaries. So I feel like maybe I just grew up in it. I mean, I'm not going to cry about everything, but the movie was good regardless. That's all I have to say. But yeah, Michael Jackson, like, bro, you guys, I could literally sit here for like a whole hour talking about like from my childhood to how I've grown up and to how I still love this man till today, right? So I'm just going to like wrap everything up, right? So basically, my dad is the reason why I know Michael Jackson today. He plays a lot of like funk, reggae, like he has like diverse music tastes, right? So like I listen to Bob Marley, I listen to Lucky Dube. I don't listen to them regularly, but then there are those times that like once in a while you put on some Bob Marley and you're vibing, and yeah, like I grew up with that type of music taste, like hearing. There was this guy Fela Kuti as well. Like my dad has like diverse music taste, so like we've heard a lot of music from the past and all that. And Michael Jackson was one of the people, and I used to watch him all the time. I used to watch his concerts, I used to watch his music videos. His music videos are so like, I don't know what words to use. It's like cinematic. I don't know what, like, if you watch his music videos, you can see that like there's always a story behind whatever he's singing about. So you are not just singing the song for no reason, like you actually understand what the song is about, right? His music actually teaches, his music actually speaks. Obviously everybody's music speaks, but from Michael Jackson's music videos, they could give you like a good understanding about what he's trying to see, right? So I just used to love watching Michael Jackson all the time. I remember like I was in primary, and then I had these two friends, right? we're literally the only people in class that watch Michael Jackson. Like everybody in class looks at us like, bro, Michael Jackson ain't even order, then there's this thing, Michael Jackson, show your action, bro. I used to vex when people sing that song in front of me, right? It was just so annoying. I don't know. But me and then those two friends, like, were the only ones that could sit in class. Like, just imagine you have free period, people will be playing pen with paper, pen ball or with paper and things. People will be talking about wrestling, this, that. Then we'll be sitting down and just be ranting about Michael. And then it's literally the same things that we talk about every single day. We talk about his music videos, his concerts, how everybody goes crazy about him, how, like, you get it, like, we're always having conversations about we're always having conversations about Michael Jackson. Like, my dad had this, there's a comic book. They had this like book, right? And it had like his lyrics, it had some pictures of him and all that. We literally just be flipping through and be looking and just be talking about Michael Jackson basically. And nobody in the class understood us. Like, we're the only ones who saw Michael Jackson at the time, and then we just loved the guy. Like, we loved him so much, and nobody in the class understood. Everybody's like, are you guys cry every time Michael Jackson, every time you guys are talking about Michael Jackson? And it used to get so annoying when people now come and tell me that he's bad. And I'm not even going to have that conversation on this episode or anything, but bro, people need to wake up from that mindset. Why are we still out here painting Michael Jackson black? Like, I don't get it. But anyways, that's another conversation for another day or whatever. But yeah, I love Michael Jackson so much. He has done so many great things. And it's just like, no music, like, I don't know, there's Michael Jackson and then there's the rest of the musicians. Like, let me just put it out there. His record is still unbroken. I think the Thriller album is still unbroken. He has like the most attendance for concerts, right? And we're talking about when there was no social media and there was no, internet. Like, the internet was not viral, you get it. He did all these things with just like traditional technology. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, like television, radio, CDs, vinyls. Like, people used to rush to stores. Like, people used to run to stores, hoping that like his album is not sold out yet, and then they could get the album to buy. Like, right now, who is running out to go and buy a musician's album? Like, nobody's doing that. And sometimes we even have the thing on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever. We're not even listening to it. So just imagine, like, human beings are literally getting out of their house to go to shops to go and get albums. Like, that's how crazy Michael Jackson had dominated the music industry, and nobody's on his level. If you don't understand what Michael Jackson did, then you shouldn't be talking about the music industry and what musicians are doing today. Like, I respect all them. I love a lot of musicians today, right? Like, there are so many good ones today. But nobody should be comparing any of your favorite musicians to Michael Jackson. Like, I'm just gonna put it out there. Nobody. Anyways, yeah. So that was it for the Michael Jackson movie, to be very honest. I'll give it a 7.5 to 8. And yeah, tell me what you guys think in the comments as well. How do you see the Michael movie? And so, like, I hope we're all anticipating the second part, because I really want to see that too. So let's see how that goes as well. So the next thing I'll be talking about is the Drake album. So I posted my first episode on 14th, right? And then the next day, Drake released his 3 albums. Like, even before he released, I didn't even know there was going to be 3 albums. It was Iceman that I knew about because of like the whole ice thing that he do in the middle of the town. I saw all the videos on TikTok and stuff. So I didn't know it was going to be 3 albums, basically. I just thought it was going to be Iceman, and all of a sudden, everybody's posting Drake dropped 3 albums, Drake dropped 3 albums, Drake dropped 3. And I'm like, okay, like, let's see what's going on for real. So I decided to, go through the songs. I had to put it on this podcast. I had to put it on this episode, right? Because me, I'm not even going to lie. I'm not even the biggest Drake fan, to be very honest. I'm not a big Drake fan. Like, those people that will be like, Drake the goat, No, I'm not like that. But I have a lot of his good songs in my playlist. Like, if you go through my playlist, like, I have some of the best Drake, songs on my But yeah, fast forward, I listened to all the 3 albums. Trust me, the only one that I couldn't really listen to was Made of Honor, because I didn't really like any of the songs on there. But I listened to Iceman and Habiti properly, and I was able to get some nice ones out of it. So basically, the whole point of this session is to give you like my top three out of like all the three albums. For Made of Anna, I only got two right, so we're going to deal with that. But for the other two, Iceman and Habibti, I was able to get three songs from there. So Drake dropped three albums: Habibti, Iceman, and Made of Honor. Right? So I'll just be giving my top three out of all the three albums. So first on the list, we're going to do Iceman because I feel like that's the one that everybody's eyes was on, and I feel like that's the one that I took my time to listen to as compared to the rest, right? So for Iceman, number one is What Did I Miss? I feel like oh bruh. So What Did I Miss? That was the best. I feel like that was the best on the album. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. I feel like What Did I Miss was the best in the album for real. And the next one was Whisper My Name. So number two goes Whisper My Name. And then I think the third one I chose Janice Shut the F Up or National Treasures. So I think I chose Janice Shut the F Up. Yeah. So for Habibti, number one on my list was High Fives. And then for the second one, High Fives was my number one. I loved High Fives. And two, I'm gonna go with Fort Worth. I feel like it's all over TikTok. I heard it before going to the album, so I feel like that was just going to be number two. And obviously, who doesn't love Party Next Door? Party Next Door was featured, and that was basically a good song. I love the lyrics as well. So yeah, I think maybe Fort Worth might even come number one before High Fives, but I feel like High Fives was also a good vibe, and it was calm. So the last one on my Habibti list would be WNBA. I feel like there was like a transition. So he started off like cool, and then like there was a transition in like the first minute or so, and then like I don't know, it was just I feel like that song was a good one, so I put that on number three, and then the rest were just all normal. So I feel like that's my Habibti list. And for Made of Honor, I already said that most of the songs were made for me, so I feel like I'll just go with Whole Face, and An Amazing Ship. Those were the only two that caught my. I think there was one that had popcorn in it. I've forgotten the title. I don't know if it's Amazing Ship or there was another one, but it had popcorn. I think the Amazing Ship is the one that had popcorn, and I feel like I just like popcorn, so I was like, oh yeah, this song is actually given, so I just put that on number two. But I couldn't get a third song, right? As I said, all the rest of the songs were just on the side, so I just had to put two there. And then yeah, you could drop your top three in the comments as well if you think that I'm slacking or I didn't mention something that is in your top three. I don't know for you, but yeah, put your top three in the comments from your favorite album. If you like, you can put your top three from all the three albums, whatever. But nobody should come for me. I feel like this is my top three. You could drop your top three in the comments, whatever you want to do, right? So yeah, I feel like that's it for the Drake album. Basically, I don't have much to say. As I said, I'm not like the biggest Drake fan, but I love him. I love some of his songs, and he's a good rapper. He's been in the game for like a good amount of years, and big up to him. I don't know how long he's going to stay, rapping, but I feel like the three albums, I feel like Iceman didn't have a lot of like good songs. I low-key struggled before I got my last one. The first two was fixed, but the third one I had to choose and find something to put up there. But yeah, it was a mid album overall. But Drake fans is gonna come for me in the comments. But I said what I said basically. So fast forward, I want to talk about the World Cup. I'm so excited for the World Cup. I think the World Cup is starting on. I checked these dates. 11 June, right? Yeah, so the World Cup is starting on 11 June, and I'm so excited, to be very honest. If you know me, you know I love Ronaldo and Portugal for the win. I'm supporting Ghana, right? But Portugal for the win, you guys. I'm supporting Portugal this year. Last 4 years or last World Cup, I was supporting France and they won. So what does that mean? Anyways, I'll leave that for you guys. But yeah, also the fact that Ronaldo just won the Saudi Pro League a few days ago. Like, I'm doing the video now, but he won like last week, right? And I was so excited. Like, Ronaldo has been in the Saudi Pro League for about 4 years now, and he finally won a major trophy, and it was just emotional, and he even like was crying at a point and all that, and I was just happy for him. So yeah, Portugal for the win in the World Cup as well. Like I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Portugal winning the World Cup, and I want Ronaldo to win the World Cup because obviously Messi fans will be in the comments saying about some Ronaldo. I don't even know what they are even about to tell me, but I'm not listening to any of that. Like I'm not even listening to any of that. I want Portugal to win the World Cup, and that's just on that. But yeah. I'm so excited for the World Cup. There are three countries hosting the World Cup this year. Like it's so, I don't know. It was just weird to me, but then I'm so excited either ways. We have Mexico, we have Canada, and then the United States. I think in New York and New Jersey. I saw some CNN stuff, and I don't watch CNN. Please, you guys, I'm not even boring like that. Like it's my dad that was watching, and I was just listening. But yeah. I'm excited for this year's World Cup, and let's see how it goes. As I said, Portugal for the win. So let's talk about Ghana for a bit. But even before we talk about Ghana, let's actually talk about the French team, right? I feel like the French team is very like I don't know if you've seen their lineup. Even the song alone, the song, the do it, Konate, Saliba, like wow, all the players in the French team are top players. Like when the French team, like you can see that the French team is ready, like they're ready for this World Cup. Tell you, like the song was all over TikTok when it came out, right? The song is so good. I'm not even going to talk about Ghana's song, that song that Kudu's name that was making noise in my ears. But the French team, the French song was so good. Like I don't know. Sometimes every time that I'm watching any of the French players, the song just comes into my head. Today, the way I was supporting PSG with my full heart and my full energy because these Arsenal fans can't be making noise in my ears. And finally, like, Arsenal fans can shut up a bit. Like, can we finally get some quiet? Can we have some peace? Thank you, PSG. Thank you, PSG. Like, Adika was literally upset. Adika literally did a handstand on the wall and said, I take Nami, what did he even say? Nami beg you like this first. He literally did a handstand and was begging PSG that they need to win Arsenal because like Arsenal fans are going to, they're going to make so much noise and think it's PSG. But yeah, as I was saying, the French players, they look very ready for this World Cup. So let's see how it goes. Now to Ghana, as I was talking about. So for Ghana, I don't know how far we're going to go in this World Cup, to be very honest. I don't have any. I'm not even supposed to be. I'm trying to be patriotic or whatever, but I can't because I don't know how far we're going to go in this tournament or this World Cup or whatever. We have England, we have Croatia, we have Panama. Panama is maybe, I can't even say if Panama is a threat or not, to be very honest. But I know Croatia and England are good teams. And they have good players, so like I don't know how that is going to go for us. But we are already like we lost to Mexico recently or so. I don't even remember the scoreline, but Ghana we don't look promising. I that's basically it. Like we don't look promising. I don't know what else to say for you guys. But yeah, that's it for the World Cup. It's starting on 11th June. I think it's ending on the 19th. And I heard there was going to be some performances. There's going to be K-pop BTS performing. And if you know me, K-pop and stuff, I'm not into all that, but let's see. And there's also Madonna and then Shakira. I've not heard a lot of Madonna songs, but I know she's like one of the iconic musicians of like, the 90s. And then Shakira as well, we all know Shakira. And yeah, those are going to be the performances in the final. Hopefully I'm going to be seeing Portugal and one other team, maybe Argentina. That's what people are saying, that Argentina and Portugal is going to be in the final. Let's see how that goes. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this World Cup. I'll be making content on my TikTok as well. And yeah, like let's see how this World Cup goes. I'm so excited. The next thing that I feel like this is basically the last thing I'm going to be talking about, right? So Premier League preview. I'm about to, do a preview on the whole season. I'm going to talk from my perspective because, like, I don't, it's not all the teams that I'm into, but from what I've seen in this season, that's what I'm going to be talking about. So first on the list, we're going to be talking about my team, Liverpool, because that's like that's the main topic for me. That's the main topic for me. So we started off this season shabby. Like I remember the first team we played was Southampton. Then was it Southampton? Southampton was not even in the Southampton is not in the league this season. Oh. Look at me. We played Bournemouth, right? Our first game, and we won in the last minute. I think, or it was a 4-2. I think that's when Salah and then one other guy, was it Rio or somebody? We pulled like a last minute win, right? And I'm like, thought was going to lose at Anfield on our first game. I'm gingered up for the next match. Next match we win, in the last minute. So now it's given, like we don't have to do too much. Last minute, then we just win. You get what I'm saying? So then third game too, we are doing, and everybody's like, "Hey, you guys, why? Like, what's up? I'm like, Charlie, as long as we are winning." My mind was like, "Oh, as long as we are winning, as long as we are winning." Then after the fourth win, we I don't remember the fourth game that we played, but after the fourth game, then we had like this losing streak. So we first drew to Chelsea, right? Then all of a sudden we are losing, and that was around the time that we were about to play Real Madrid. So imagine, we're about to play Real Madrid in the Champions League, and then this is how bad of a streak that we've been for the last 2-3 weeks, right? So now, the Liverpool fans, like even me, I was just like, nah, Real Madrid is going to lash us. Like, they're going to lay us down and then lash us proper. Then we go and play Real Madrid, and we are like blocks on the wall. We are like a compact wall, like, I don't know what was going through Slot's head, but all of a sudden we are playing compact football, some strong defense, we are attacking. I promise, like, that was probably the only match that we played proper football. Like, we actually defended, and our midfield was actually good. It was only, the front three that was in order, else we would have gotten more goals. But that Real Madrid game was the only game I was excited about this whole season. That Real Madrid match was the only game I was excited about. Every other game was just a piss off. Every other game was just a big piss off, right? So let's just pause this whole season for all of us. And me, I wasn't even expecting it. Last season, my dad was talking about how we're not playing any better football, but we are winning the league just because Arsenal is not serious, and then, City was just bad last season, right? So that my dad was basically saying that we're not playing any proper football, but me, I wasn't seeing it. All I was saying, yeah, Salah is scoring, we are winning. Now we come next season, which is this season, and then we don't even know what we are doing. Slot doesn't know how to control these players. Everybody is just on the pitch. They don't know whether they are passing. No accuracy. Bro, it was just bad to watch this season. Like, Liverpool was just a mess this season, and it was so annoying how we go week in, week out. Slot is still our coach. Week in, week out, Slot is still our coach. Like, that's how bad this season was. At a point, I wasn't even watching matches. To be very honest, I'll just go and check the scoreline. It's either we've drawn or we've lost. Before maybe once in a while, then Slot will drop one win. Then the honest two, they'll come out and say that Slot still has his job. So now I'm like, these owners, are they actually for real? Like, are these owners actually serious? To be very honest, because I hope we can all see what is going on. Like, we're not the only ones watching the football, right? And they are the owners. Like, there's the people in the team that they do the video watching, the videography, you get the analysts, all those people in their team. They are watching the football and they are seeing the type of football Slot is playing, and then they are just sitting back and they are watching. So I was just so pissed this whole season. Liverpool was so ass. Liverpool was so trash. Like, trash, right? So that's all I have to say about this season. It was so sad how Ekitike got injured and he's out for like 9 months, bro. Even when Salah was leaving, he was in crutches in the line. The players had done a line for Salah and Robertson to come out, and this guy was in crutches. Like, that's how bad it is. He has cut his hair and everything, and then he started injuries upon injuries. Florian Wirtz to the game. I don't know if he's playing or he doesn't want to play. Like, this season was just so bad. And this is like the most expensive. This is the most money that we've spent on players in one transfer window. So So you can imagine the expectation, and this is what we get in this season. Like, it was just so bad. I don't know, but today Fabrizio had announced that Slot was sacked. Like, that was one of the main reasons why I was so excited to do this episode, right? I had done some, videos on TikTok and all that. You can go follow my TikTok at the KTV podcast dot underscore. Yeah, I did some two videos on there about Slot being sacked. So Fabrizio, this was yesterday. So Fabrizio basically announced that Slot has been sacked. Liverpool ends and Slot parts ways with immediate effects. Bro, you guys don't know how, like, that thing where it'll be like joyful my body. Like, that's how I was feeling the whole morning. Like, I was so happy because I thought we was going to have another Slot ball next season. Like, I was not ready for that at all. Trust me, like, I wasn't even going to be serious about next season. But now we have Areola, and I'm really looking forward to next season now, to be very honest, because he has the counter attack, the pressing type of football, the type of football that I like to watch, the running. I always talk about Jurgen Klopp because he's the one that I mainly watch, growing up. The last coach that we had was Brendan Rodgers, right? And I didn't watch him much. Like, even though I was watching, those were the times of my life where I wasn't serious. I was literally like in primary, like grade 1, grade 2, when Brendan Rodgers was, coaching Liverpool. So Jurgen Klopp is actually the only coach that I've genuinely watched as I was growing up, and I've seen the type of football that Liverpool have played over the years, and so that's just made me sad this whole season. And I'm just happy that get to going for a coach that can bring back the type of football that I want to watch, because this season was too boring. Like, it was very bad. But yeah, so Liverpool in general was just so ass this season. Like, there's not much to say about that. Now to Man City. Man City was made in the beginning. They didn't come into the season with Man City is ready to win the league. Like, they just came, and then one game they lose, they draw, they were winning here and there. But Man City was made in the beginning. It was the ending of the season that they started coming, like, they started doing well, and then Arsenal was trying to slack. But yeah, Arsenal still won the league. Arsenal had been dominant from the beginning. They had started winning their matches, set piece kings. They were scoring goals, making sure that nobody's scoring any goals. Like, their defense was really good this season. And yeah, they got the Premier League title. But we thank God that PS saved football today. I mean, yesterday, because the next day. I really thank God that PSG saved, because I was supporting PSG with my whole heart. Like, as I was saying earlier, like, bro, this Arsenal versus PSG was probably like the biggest hit watch of like this whole season. Everybody was just hoping and praying that PSG was gonna win, and of course they delivered. So that easy penalty, bro. Forget about Gabriel's own. Gabriel's own cry over the bar, we get it. But Eze, I don't even know what he was trying to do, bro. That was the worst out of all the two penalties that they missed. Eze's own was all the way worse than Gabriel's own. Gabriel's own was just bad because it was the last, and then he could have used that to get another 5 penalties. But obviously he missed, and then PSG started. I mean, the players started running, and that was, he even cried and all that. Like, bro, I get it, but you Arsenal fans, I feel like Arsenal fans are the problem. Like, you guys make too much noise. So it's just like, bro, we can't allow that to happen. Like, you guys will literally turn the world around, right? So PSG needed to win. PSG needed a win, and yeah, they got it. So that was it for Manchester United and Arsenal. Arsenal had been dominant. Arsenal, they like slacking. Arsenal always slack at the last part of the season, but this time Man City couldn't catch up to them. And Pep Guardiola also decided to leave. Oh my god, I didn't even talk about Salah leaving. I said it, and then I just brushed it off. You guys, Salah left Liverpool this season. Like, Salah left Liverpool this season. Like, I've watched Salah since I was like, 11, 12. Like, you guys don't, like, I have to put emphasis on it again. I've been watching Salah since I was 11, 12. I'm 20. So you can imagine how I feel about Salah leaving the team. Like, bro, Salah is probably one of the best players in the Premier League. One of the best players that Liverpool have ever signed. Egyptian king is never going to be forgotten. Like I don't know how to even. I've already said enough. I've made so much noise and all that, but I just want to put it out there one more time because Salah has done so many great things. He achieved so many individual awards. I really wanted him to win the Ballon d'Or. To be very honest, it was not fair to some extent to me because I felt like Salah would definitely deserve the Ballon d'Or. People are going to come for me in the comments, but whatever. I felt like Salah definitely would have won the Ballon d'Or, right? But yeah, he has won so many individual awards. He has won trophies with Liverpool, and it was just so sad to see this guy. Like, I don't know, only Liverpool fans would genuinely get it. Like, it was so sad seeing Salah leave. It was very, very sad. And it's just like, thank you so much for everything that you've done. And Robertson as well. He and Robertson came in the same season. I think the 2017-2018 season. And they've made history together. That 2019-2020 team, you know, Wijnaldum, Matip, Alexander Arnold, Henderson, Milner, Firmino, even Fabinho, Fabinho, Firmino, Sadio Mane, bro. That team was epic. That was like the peak era of the Jurgen Klopp team. And it's so sad to see all these players leave, you know, every season, 2 or 3 players going, and it's just sad, but I mean, life goes on. What can we do? But looking forward to the best. And yeah, that was it basically. So back to what I was saying, right? So Pep also left City, and his last game that he played on the season, he lost 1, right? He lost 2-1 to Aston Villa, and that was a good way to leave, right? But obviously, what can I say? Pep is one of the best coaches, right? He's probably the reason why, it's not even probably, he's the reason why Liverpool couldn't win 2, 3 more trophies in the past 10 years. Pep made sure that he was stopping us. I don't even know why he's so lenient on us now. Like, I don't know why he's so lenient on us now. But when Jurgen Klopp was in the Premier League, bro, Pep Guardiola didn't give. Like, do you know the competition? Do you know the rivalry between Pep? Like, if we start Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola, like, these 2 coaches are probably one of like the best duos in the whole of Premier League history to, you know, go head to head for the Premier League title. Like, watching Jurgen Klopp, you know, go against Pep Guardiola every season, you know, finally win the title. It was just massive to watch. And Pep Guardiola is genuinely one of like the best coaches to ever coach. He's coached Barcelona. He has coached Dortmund. He coached Dortmund, Bayern, Dortmund. So coached Dortmund, coached Man City as well. Like, he has made history everywhere. He has been good everywhere he went, and he was really, really beneficial to Man City. Because if not for Pep Guardiola, Man City don't have, like, Man City fans, when they're even talking cry, it vexes me because you guys just came some years ago and you think that all of a sudden you guys are on top. Like, bro, people are talking about the big team. City is not supposed to be a big team, but Pep Guardiola came in and then, you know, he did a good one on that team, and then now City look like, obviously, Maresca, I'm going to talk about Maresca moving to City as well, but I don't know how that is going to go for them. Pep leaving and Maresca coming in, I don't know, that's a big change, but let's see how that goes for real. But yeah, as I was saying, Pep Guardiola is one of the best coaches. He's the reason why he couldn't win a lot of Premier League titles, and it was just a good time to watch Jurgen Klopp and Pep go against each other every season. And yeah, that was good football, right? And I feel like the Premier League is very boring. The Premier League is very boring. But yeah, the next thing I was going to talk about was Manchester United. So Manchester United, they started off the season very poorly, like from last season to this season. Amorim had taken over, and then Man United was so like trash. Like, they were in the trenches, like they were the trenches, right? And Amorim was sacked, and then all of a sudden Michael Carrick comes, and then, bro, I don't know, I can't rate Michael Carrick right now because Slot came last season, did a good job, and then all of a sudden this season he was so bad. So let's see how Michael Carrick actually does next season. But for him to actually get Man United from fighting low-key fighting relegation, like they were not in the relegation zone, but like, you know, 13, 14, 15, going into the 17th, right? All the finished third place in the Premier League this season, and nobody was expecting Man United to be in the top four this season. To be very honest, like nobody was expecting Man United to be in the top four this season. To be very honest, like Okari really did his big one on this team because Almarim had, bro, these people were in the trenches. Like Man United was in the trenches. As I said, they were literally looking fighting relegation. They were hoping and praying that they don't enter the relegation zone, and they managed to finish third. Bruno Fernandes had also had also broken the record of the most assists in one season. I feel like Bruno Fernandes is a really good player, and Man United is not helping him back. It looks like he loves the team, and that's where he wants to be. So why not? You can't hold somebody accountable for their own decisions, right? I mean, you can't. What am I saying? But yeah, I feel like Man United is not the place for Bruno, but he's happy there. He's still breaking records there, and I feel like why not? But yeah, he broke the. I think Thierry Henry and De Bruyne were on top. They both had 20 assists in one season, and he had 20 as well. And then there was the last match. He had one more assist, and then some information came out. Some information came out that he wasn't the. Obviously he hit the bar and hit the keeper before it entered, but then they still gave it to him as a what do you call it, as an assist. And yeah, right now he's on top with 21 assists. So yeah, that's it for Man United. For Chelsea has been horrible as well. Like there's not much to say about Chelsea. They sacked Maresca. I feel like Maresca would have been good. They would have been good if they kept Maresca, but then they decided to sack him and bring Liam Rosenau. He was so bad. I don't know. Like Chelsea this season, there's not much to say about them because they were just hanging. I think they finished 10th or so, right? So yeah, Chelsea was just like they didn't do too much this season. So let's see how that goes. Right now, Maresca is in Man City, and I don't know if Maresca is going to be good at City, but if he does, I feel like Chelsea will regret. But obviously, they've signed Alonso now, so I think they have hope for next season. I really wanted us to sign Alonso, but I don't know. Liverpool owners, they have their thing going on, and they decided that Ariola is the man. So let's see how Ariola goes next season. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Either it's Ariola or Ariola, but yeah, I'm looking forward to next season now. I'm so happy to see what this coach is going to do. I can't wait to see Maresca at City. I can't wait to see Enzo. Wait, did I say Enzo? I can't wait to see Alonso at Chelsea as well. What else? Who else? I think that's all for the top teams, right? Also, Tottenham, right? Tottenham was about to be relegated. Like, they were so bad this season. It was unbelievable. They were literally about to get relegated, and then their new coach that came in was good, and then he managed to get them to, I think, 16th or I think they finished 16th. So they managed to escape relegation. And I feel like that coach gave the players, new energy, momentum, and basically positive energy. And I feel like Tottenham will be better next season, but let's see. So I think that's all for the Premier League preview. I'm really anticipating next season. I'm so excited for next season. Like that's just basically it. I'm excited for next season, and let's see what next season has for us. In the meantime, we'll be enjoying the World Cup. So that's that. And that's it for this episode. If you stayed to this point, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, and yeah, that's it for this episode. And that's it.